I don't really know how I'm going to start this yet, so maybe I'll just say, hey, Lopo, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you, James.
Or what were you looking for when you first started to think about the brand? Like, what were you hoping to achieve with this?
So we found ourselves at the, I guess, the end of 2014 with finding ourselves, and into 2015, beginning of 2015, finding ourselves with running six or seven brand names across 10 countries, and it was a problem. Because if an employee walks in every day and the logo in the office that they walk past every day is not the same one for another company, I think there's a divisive element that hits you.
It was at that point when we had all these different companies, and we thought, hold it a second, we need to bring this company together now. It would be much better to have one brand and one vision, one mission for the team to really kind of get behind.
One of the things that became clear, which was interesting, was from a brand perspective, there was a huge amount of alignment, almost from the start. This view that beauty was for everybody, that it should be that people, no matter how they look, feel, should have an opportunity to participate, that it should be a platform that people could find the look that makes them feel good about themselves. And you distilled it down to this great single line, which was the brand promise, which is express yourself, right? And it was so clear. And you presented it at the same time as presenting it, this name that we had. And then we rapidly had to find out the name wasn't going to work. So we were only left with the brand proposition, but the brand proposition worked.
So we got very far down the road with the name that I think everyone sort of fell in love with, and we raced ahead and we started to show what that would look like. And then we had to say goodbye to it.
At some point, I think we kind of generated all these names. I walked into your office and you had on a huge wall, you had printed out in the smallest possible font, it was like 100,000 different combinations of those words. And we found ourselves kind of going down there trying to identify words and names and combinations we thought were interesting. I thought, man, this is going to be hard.
But then we got to Treatwell.
I say to them, Treatwell, and people would be, no, not interested, don't like it. And then you'd show the brand proposition and you'd show the naming, and suddenly it was amazing.
What I think this process has been really, really good at is translating the proposition, express yourself, into a visual kit of parts that really makes sense and makes sense of that proposition. We ended up doing a lot of exploration, but actually we came back very, very close to where we started, which is quite an interesting evolution of this entire process.
We quickly began to realize the way people express themselves is through facial expression, movement, and body language. And this began to inform the graphic language moving forward and the way we explored art direction and illustration.
The logo mark is a tweak of the very first position you gave us. And so you're right, so and the brand proposition is unchanged. Like that was just basically, we did it once and that was it. It was unchanged. It was amazing. The photography, you really helped us unpack how we might use photography. For us, for instance, photography is a really hard thing in our sector because it's in hair and beauty, it's just such an overused mechanism.
So we wanted to shoot a range of interesting individuals who each had a unique story to tell, and that's the way that Express Yourself came through the art direction.
We came to this unifying brand idea, which really kind of was teased out by you guys in a really smart way, I think, by really involving everybody.
My role on this job was to oversee a number of disparate people from multiple locations, working in-house at DesignStudio across brand, digital, product, and marketing, with teams from DesignStudio and Treatwell coming together to work collaboratively to deliver a brand on time and to expectation.
Now we've got a brand that we're proud of, and we've got a brand that, high-end salons are happy to be associated with.
You took an idea, and a kernel of an idea that we had in the business, and you kind of extended it and kept building it all the way through, and I think you did a great job with that.
It's going to be the platform for our growth over the next 5, 10, indefinite years.
I completely underestimated, and I think one of the things you really helped us with was understanding how to use this as a tool for bringing the whole company together. I'm really excited about those elements of the business. Yeah. I think that's probably the future.